Hello there everyone, and a very happy Thursday. I hope that your week is off to a good start and it's coming to an end and it's still really good. Okay, so hi everyone, I am Lydia. I'm sorry, I'm just on my hands today. So we will be looking at our new painter flower today. It's the 22nd, so that means we have a new painter flower for you today. If you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Alta New store. The lovely Joanna will be behind the Alta New badge. So that's good. So hello there, everyone. Hello there, Vanessa and Beth. So this one is the Painter Flower Chamomile. And in here we have two different images with these beautiful chamomile flowers popping out of them. So we have a jug here and also a teacup. So yeah, I thought we would use both of the images today and create two different cards. Hi there, Lee and Beth and Joni and Robert. And thank you so much for sharing, Vanessa. So I am going to start off with stamping this one, and then we'll move on to the other one. The reason being I'm stamping this one now is because I am going to be coloring this one with some artist markers. And the artist, the marker-friendly ink that we have is the permanent black. And I do find that it needs a little time. So you shouldn't stamp this and then go straight into coloring because it may bleed that way. So I kind of leave it for normally 20 minutes or even hit it with a heat gun, and then that should set it nicely. So like I said, I am going to be using the permanent black ink for this. And I'm just going to stamp this into place onto my card base. So this is just some Nina Classic Crest Solar White, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, Cece, I'm so glad you've seen a little hedgehog. Hi there, Jane. And thank you so much for sharing, everyone. And hello there, Inga. Okay. So hopefully I've pressed that down enough. I was looking at the comments, so I kind of zoned out. But yeah, that's stamped perfectly. So I am going to leave that over to the side to dry. So that is the one in the little jug. So I'll just clean this off because you know me, I never clean my stamps. So I am trying to get into the habit of cleaning them before I put them away, because sometimes I do get a little bit surprised when I stamp these again and it's not the color I was expecting. Okay, so this is a little bit large for here. I'm hoping that we should be okay. So I'm going to do the same kind of look, but this time I have some watercolor cardstock. Now this is the Alta New watercolor cardstock, and this one is the A2 size. So this is the one that's already pre-cut. I'm not going to use the permanent black for this because I am going to use my favorite. Oh, sorry, Roberta. I'm sorry. And I'm going to be using the obsidian for this one. So this one is my favorite go-to for all of my sentiments, and especially if I am watercoloring, this is the one that I grab. I'm going to go in this, shall I go? I'll go in the opposite corner this time, just to mix it up a little bit. I tend to always go in this corner. I don't know why. Oh no, Cece, I hope he makes it. Sorry. Yeah, and this is very, very sweet. And I know chamomile is supposed to be white, but I don't know what color I'm going to color mine. Maybe we can have some multicolored ones. Okay. So there we go. There's our little chamomile in a teacup, which is so, so cute. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one. So everything seems a little bright today, so I'm just going to kind of tilt up one of the lights. I say one because there are a number going on. And I think I might need my detail brushes for this because the images are really quite small. So I'm going to grab number 3. We have 2, 1, and I think that's 1, 0. Yeah. So I'm going to grab the number 3. I think, oops, that's going to help us out a little bit. And my 24 pan set. It's always my go-to. Okay. I'm going to give that a quick heat with my heat tool just in case. Oh, Roberta, I love teacups too, but that's because, you know, Alice. So, yeah, I have lots of tea sets. Okay, so let's go with, please let me know what color you want these chamomiles to be because I'm stuck. So I will start with the centers because I was going to go for pink, but I always go for pink. So please let me know. So I'm just going to add in some centers. I'm just adding a really light wash of the Fall Harvest down into my centers. Okay. I see a suggestion for purple and for blue. Maybe I should mix it up and do both. They could be like hydrangea ones. Yeah, we'll have some blue ones, some purple ones. Might even mix some pink ones in there. Okay, right, so we have blue, lavender, and purple. So, oh, yellow. Joni, I've already done my centers yellow. Oh, we could do a rainbow. Okay, what we'll do is we'll have a yellow teacup. And the flowers will be purple and blue and pink. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Please let me know if you don't like the idea. Okay, so I'm going to add a light wash down on this flower first. Now, because these petals are so tight together, you could heat emboss them, but I'm just going to go for a messy kind of look. I am going to turn some of these lights down because it's just washing out all of the color that I'm popping down. Hopefully you can see a little bit better now. So I've added that light wash down, and then I'm going to add some purple around the center and then just pull that out a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more water on there. Okay, so we have a purple one. Let's go for a pink one. Sorry, everyone. My favorite pink's coming out. Ooh, bumblebees. Should have got the little Be Kind stamp set out because that's got a cute little bee on it. So I'm just adding a really light wash of that pink down. Just over the petals. I'm going to pull you down a little bit, guys. There you go. Hopefully we can see a little bit better then. And I will just mention the colours that we're going for. I'm just adding that dark colour around that. Grab a little bit more water and I can pull that out so we don't have that harsh line. Ah, I'm sorry, I think it's a British thing. See, sorry again. Okay, so I'll do this one blue, maybe? Okay. So a light wash. So this is going to be quite light, I think, on everything. Drop around. Okay, this one, I have like a purpley pink color mixed over here, so I'm just going to use this. And it was the shades of purple mixed with the cherry blossom. So if you're wondering where this is color it's coming from something that I've already mixed because it's one of my favorite mixes. So I do leave it there. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more detail into the center there, but as we're going, I think we're okay. Add another blue one over here. Ooh, that's quite watery. Okay, yay. Oh, my mum loves Def Leppard. Oh, that would have been a bit too dark, I think. Nah, I love a bit of pink. Kimmy, yep, just let me know if you want to move in. You know, I'm here for you guys. Just let me know. Okay. So another blue one, although that one is quite a tad darker than this one over here. Mrs. Nini, is that the 12 pan set that you're referring to? Please let me know, and then I'll let you know. Roberta, I don't. The favorite ones that I mix normally is that purple color and also the cherry blossom with the summer afternoon. Not necessarily mixed, but have the cherry blossom at the bottom of the petal and then the yellow one at the top, and then they kind of mix together, which is very, very pretty. I'm going to go purple here. I think that's supposed to be the bottom of the flower. That's, I was like, what's that? Ah, I think that's supposed to be green, but it's not. It's yellow now. Yeah, I was going to go blue again. Okay, so the 12 pan set, it has 12 of the colors from the 36 pan. The one that I'm using is more of an artist grade. The one that you have is great for beginners. I do really like that one. I like that there's a choice of a rainbow colors in there because if you know, because it's watercoloring, you can mix a lot of the color, well, all of the colors together to create various different shades. So you don't necessarily need lots of colors. I always tend to use the same colors out of my pan. So you can see that I always use this green and I always use this blue. So the other ones really don't get a look in. So if you're really happy with the colors that you do have in that 12 pan set, that's great. So yeah, we chose 12 of the colors from the 36. I know that the 36 pan is really popular as well. But this is the one that I just grab again and again because I really do love the creaminess of the paints in this one. And I am using the detail brushes from Altenew. I don't really grab these that often, but they're actually really good. I'm loving them. Okay, so I'm just dabbing in the color there. Yeah, I would definitely, yeah, it's a good way to start with the 12 pan set. And then if you do like it, you can always get the bigger set. I think that might be a leaf. Yes, it's a leaf. I'm going to go pink. Pink, pink, pink. Ooh, I don't want to go in with that pink because that's just going to be way too bright for what I have going on. So as you can see, I do have a baby wipe or a wet wipe off to the side of me. I find this really helps with taking too much water or pigment off my brush. So I just keep it over to the side and just kind of scribble away on it. Sometimes it can end up really, really pretty by the time I finish. Other times it can end up a mess. I haven't really thought to reuse them yet though, but that might be an idea. We don't do the individual pans at the minute, but I can always pass that on to the team. I'm going to go blue over here, kind of even it out. Might need another one over here to keep 5. I forgot what blue I was using, but it must be this one. I'm going to go pink again. Oops, that's quite bright. Or I can pull it out. If you do end up putting too much pigment down, don't worry about that either. If you dry your brush off, I'll put some somewhere else. Maybe on the cup where I can have a little bit more control. Okay. And let's do another blue one. We're nearly finished with the flowers, so yay! And as you can see, I'm not really worrying too much about it. I don't think people are really going to stick their nose right up to your colouring. So don't worry. Let's go with purple. Just to finish this off here. Okay. I can add some more shading in with some pencils, but we'll see how it goes. Green. This green is this one here mixed with a little bit of yellow and then a little bit of brown because it just is. So I'm going to add that down. I'm going to go down the stems as well, even though they're just lines. I'm just adding a bit of green into that. That wasn't a leaf, but it is now. That's definitely a leaf. Okay. Oh, Beth, this is just, no. It's not fabulous. Right, I'm going to grab a bigger paintbrush. I do find that I like a bigger paintbrush, so. But I normally do paint larger flowers, so I think that's maybe what it is. So again, I'm going to add some clean, clear water down here. And Joni, here's your yellow. I'm sorry I couldn't get it into the flowers a bit more. So I'm just going to add some clean, clear water down. Although it has got a yellow tinge to it, but never mind. Grab some of this Pocket Full of Sunshine. I just love that name. Just makes you smile just saying it, I think. I'm going to go under this flower because that's where it'll be the darkest and around the edges. Same with the saucer. It does feel very British, this set. Joni, I will grab my ruler and I will show you. So I've just added some clean, clear water onto that and I've just kind of swiped it from side to side. Okay, and to get that pigment up now, I've cleaned my brush off and I'm just using kind of a damp brush to take some of that pigment away. So we've got like kind of white spots. So it's a damp brush. If you do it with the dry brush, it won't bring anything up. Okay, should be some yellow in there. Okay, never mind. Yeah, these little ones, you would need more of a delicate brush than the one that I normally use. So this is the number 4 from Altenew in the round set, and this is number 3 from the detail set, so you can see just how much difference there are in that. Okay, I'm grabbing my ruler, Joni, and in inches that is around 3 3/4 by 3, and the other one is 3 1/4 by just under 2. So hopefully that's okay. Right, so that's dried a little. Okay, so you could add some dimension using the paints that we have, but I do find it easier to use pencils. So I have the woodless watercolor pencils, but I'm not going to use them as watercolor pencils. I'm just going to use them as pencils. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some colors out. I have a purple, so I'm just going to kind of scribble out. As you can see, I'm just flicking around where it would be the darkest. This one's a pinky purple, so I'm just going to go with this purple. And even though you don't feel that you're doing a lot with this, I do find that it does add so much to your colouring. Even if it's just a scribble. No one's going to know. Oops. Don't throw that around, Lydia. I have a pinky colour. Rubelite. Yep. So if you don't find that you're getting the kind of depth that you want with your watercolor painting, don't think that you just need to do watercolors. You can do your watercolors and then you can add depth and dimension afterwards with just some pencils. Oh, Sue, I hope they're being good for you. And we're going to grab a blue. I used this blue last week and I was a bit too heavy-handed with it. I snapped it. But we're going to be okay. I'm going to go less this time. And you can also do the same thing when you colour with artist markers too, which I will probably do because I just can't help myself with these. Yellow ochre, just adding kind of a semicircle in each of these centres. I know it's not perfect, but I think it works. And yellow again. What colour is this one? Maple yellow. So I'm going to get that really round look with that. Add the shadow in. It's so much easier to add shadow with pencils. It just is. There we go. Maybe add the... Ooh. Sorry, I do get carried away, but nope, that's not the colour I was after. I should have just waited and done the stalks with this. Okay. So, there we go. There's our little image done. Yep, you could also add little dots in too, but there we go. So there is the cup done. I'm going to move that over to the side. We can add, oh, I'm missing something. Okay, we have a grey. Not sure we have, but I have a black. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shade in because at the minute it's floating around on the page. So I'm just going to scribble on that. Rub it in with my finger a little bit just to seat it down on the card. Okay, so I'm going to move that one up. And then we have the little jug. So this one I did stamp it with the permanent black. I'm just going to give that a quick heat. Okay. Hey, Lydia. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to try and get a really kind of whitey color. Trying to think what I have. I think I'm going to need my blending one. I don't necessarily want to use grey, so I'm going to try the vanilla cream. Okay, I'm just going to add some flicks out from the center. So when you do flick, you kind of leave more ink at the center and then it kind of tapers off. So it's going to give you that really pretty look without even really trying. So you don't necessarily need to do the whole petals. You can leave them white like I'm going to. Okay. Dark blue. I love dark blue. Okay. So, let's go with the yellow. My favorite yellow is not this one, wrong one, is the honey drizzle. So I'm going to just add some dots in just where I would have added the semicircle. Okay. Then the maple yellow, just kind of going around that color, not taking it all the way just yet. And then we have the citrus burst. Thank you, Mrs. Tamp. I do like all those colors in there. They look very pretty. So this one is not going to take half as long as the one we've just done. So I do want to kind of take this color out a little bit more. And I just have my colorless blender. I'm hoping that I don't actually have any color on it because it's me. No, we're good. And I'm just going to kind of blend that around the edge of there. Maybe I did have a little bit of color on it. Okay. And okay, so Roberta wants in dark blue. I have these ones. This one is the Galactic Stream. Oh, that looks so beautiful. I love this blue. And I'm going to do it under where the flowers are too. Just a bit of a shade. I'm not sure what's happening around here. I think it should have been a petal. So I have the shade in under that bit and then around that bit. I don't know why, it's just always something I do. Avril. And Teal Cave is up next. I'm just going to go over that line again. And this is what's going to give us the rounded effect. Oops, I went out of the lines. Who said you can't go out of the line? Today we're going out. Thank you so much for sharing, everyone, and for spending some time with me. Does anyone have any chamomile? Or do they drink chamomile tea? We have oops, I'm going to have to disguise that in a minute. We have chamomile tea in the cupboard, but I'm not a fan. But I don't really drink tea as a general rule. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe if you like tea. Okay, so I'm going to just go over the whole piece with the lightest, and this is going to blend everything together nicely. I should have recommended, if you are colouring with artist markers, is to pop some scrap paper underneath where you're working, because the artist markers will bleed through. So if you really want to kind of keep your surface nice and clean, definitely grab some scrap paper and pop them under you. No, I can't drink tea though. Oh, Avril. Yeah, my nan makes me. Okay, so I am going to disguise my mistake over here. So I'm going to grab some grays. I know I have some. So that one was from the Water Garden set, I should have said. Sorry, Joanna. This one is from set E, I believe. I'm just going to try and get rid of my boo-boo. And I'm just making it worse. Okay. So that one was the pure graphite. I know, Lydia. Yep, I can't drink tea. Okay, and then I'm just going to jump to the lightest one. Thank you, Beth. Oh, I'm so glad you're back. Okay. So, another way to make your flowers pop is you can add a grey around it, or even a blue. A really light colour will bring everything out. I normally go blue. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the Mountain Mist. And I'm just going to add a line around this. Okay, especially because we have those white flowers. I think this will help them pop out a little bit. I'm just going to turn my image. So the artist markers I used are the Water Garden. I also used the yellows from the Summer Valley Garden. And then I used the greys from the set E, I believe they're from. It's the one with the warm and cozy and also the tropical forest in it. Okay. So to have that not be so harsh, that line, oops, I can then again take my colorless blender and just go around that line. And that will blend that out a little bit. Although my marker is getting a little bit dry, I think I may have to get a new one. but it's just going to kind of diffuse that edge a little bit. Yeah, there is still some in there. Okay. Hi, Liz. Thank you, Ang. Okay, yeah, so even just that light color around that, I do think helps, especially if you are trying to do white flowers on a white background. If you want them to pop a little bit more, just put a line around the image and it will help it out. Okay, so we have our 2 cards here. I'm thinking, do I add? Yes, I'm just going to add a little bit of depth to this one. Oops. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, but it's just pencil, so that's fine. It's just pencil. It will rub out. If I use the right side. There you go. Okay, not so bad. And we can always pop a sentiment on that. Okay, so we're just going to do exactly the same as before. So I'm just adding a bit of a shade. Sorry, I went quiet, concentrating. And oh, I'm going to tell you, but my desk is on a slope, so every time you see things go that way, it's because the desk isn't quite level. Okay, so there we go. I've just added a bit of shade into that. Right, stamp set, because we have our sentiments to pop on now. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, yeah, he always comes out to the rescue. He's a great little rubber. Oh, eraser, sorry. Britishness is coming through. Okay, so I've got a hang in there. I'm definitely going to use that because sometimes I just really do need to just hang on and just let it roll. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one on here. And these are from the Paint a Flower Chamomile set too. So we have a hang in there. And what other ones do we have? We have Get Well Soon, Live Well, Better Days Are Coming, and Live Well. Inspire. Let's just do a Get Well Soon. It's always handy to have one of those. And especially this picture is really quite uplifting, so hopefully that works. After all, yeah, I will get my head around it one day. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to move some of my mess out, not all of it, because there's not enough room on my desk for that. But there we go. I'll grab the set too. So this is the set that we had. This is the Paint a Flower Chamomile. Oh, sorry, that's very wibbly. And then we have the beautiful flowers in 2 different jars. Well, that's a jug and that one's a cup. I'm trying to think of the word vessel. Vessel might be the word. Oh, thanks, Beth. And yeah, so we have those 2 beautiful images, and then we have lots of really great sentiments. So this is a 4x6 set, and they are outline images. So they are perfectly made to color them with your favorite coloring medium. So I did use mine today. I used some watercoloring, and I also used our artist markers. As well as that, you know I can't help it. I did add a little bit of depth and dimension just using the watercolor pencils as usual pencils. Okay, So everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. It has been a blast, and it has been lovely to see all of your little icons at the side of the screen popping up with comments. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again next week. See you again soon. Bye-bye.